that. Having said that, prayer is the foundation upon which unity is founded and supported. Prayer is the key to a prosperous, happy, and fulfilling life. Not from the type of prayer where we beg God to do something for us or to give us something we don't really believe that we deserve. Prayer is the truth revealed through us as expressions of God. When you think of prayer, do you think of prayers that you might have been taught as a child? Prayers that you recited from memory, some more comforting than others. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Or the most prayed Christian prayer, one that is prayed millions of times a day. Our Father, who art in heaven. And maybe there came a time when you found yourself beseeching God to get you out of a predicament or to heal someone you deeply care about. We beg, we bargain. God, if you will do this for me, I will. And we think that if we ask enough times that it's like a young child wanting something and asking the mother over and over and over again until the mother relinquishes and gives the child what they want. Unity teaches another way to pray entirely and encourages us to engage in prayer daily. This is not so that we will get bonus points or a larger crown when we get to heaven. It is because as we consistently engage in prayer and meditation, our consciousness expands and we come to know that which we call God and live from a consciousness of heaven here and now. This new way of praying requires us to change our mind about who God is and who we are. We must shift our thinking of God as an entity out there who is governing our lives and recognize that we are made in the image and likeness of God. That there is no separation between God and us, both individually and collectively. The prayer process I'm referring to is affirmative prayer. Sometimes affirmative prayer gets confused with creating affirmations. When I speak of affirmative prayer, I am referring to a process of which affirmations are a part, but not the whole. Unity teaches affirmative prayer as a 5-step prayer process, which includes relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and appreciation. We begin with relaxation because prayer is not a memo we are shooting off to God, much like throwing a dart at a dartboard. Prayer is a process of connecting with the divine life, love, and wisdom of God, and that we are. There is an affirmation that I often use in this preparation time. It's very simple. God is, I am. God is, I am. And as I begin to say it, my focus shifts to a realization that God is the I am presence within me. There's only one. Everything is an expression of the divine life, love, and intelligence at the point of my awareness. At the point of my awareness, the point of my awareness is the level of consciousness from which I pray. If I am praying from a level of consciousness of worry and fear, I will create more worry and fear. If I'm praying from a consciousness of life, love, and intelligence flowing through me and as me, I will create a different experience. Breathing is another way to bring the body into a place of relaxation. We may focus on our breath, consciously relax different parts of the body, being aware of our bodies as a perfect expression of life, love, and intelligence. The point of relaxing is to calm our mind, to let go of all the cares and concerns that brought us to pray. We do not want to bring any thoughts of worry or try to figure out the details to our prayers. A wise teacher once taught, "How is always an ego question. How is none of our business. That's God's business." There are infinite possibilities for any circumstance, and Spirit knows what is best for you and for everyone concerned. This relaxation moves us into a place of concentration. And concentration is the process that doesn't mean hashing it over and over in our mind. It's not about holding what you think you want to have in order to manipulate the universe into giving you what you want. Concentration is about holding a truth statement in our mind that raises our consciousness up to the level of the desire. For instance, your desire is for health. I am one in spirit. Divine intelligence governs my body and affairs. Prosperity. I am prosperously expressing in thought and application. I am part of the divine flow of giving and receiving. We may want to create the affirmation before beginning the process so that it flows. Once you create it, use it. Don't allow your small mind to tell you that, well, maybe this isn't the right one. Maybe I should shift it. Maybe I should change it. Use it. Intention is everything in prayer. Concentration is also where we may bring a question to the divine intelligence. We may be faced with a challenge that we're seeking a solution to. We know that the challenge cannot be solved at the level from which it was created. So we relax into an awareness of God's presence and ask. This is a simple asking, not a rundown of the pros and cons. The action asking may actually appear as an affirmation. I am now guided and inspired in knowing appropriate action to take. I open the gates to divine ideas that will allow me to be present. I am strong and clear as I seek and find answers. Doors of opportunity open before me. And so we affirm our statement of truth until it begins to fade and we enter a state of meditation. Using the affirmation as a springboard to go into the silence. The silence is a sacred place within us. It's that sacred place within us where we center ourselves in our heart of hearts. It is in this place that we let go. We release it all. Our personality self recedes, and our divine identity reveals itself as I am. We rest in a space where we allow God to be God. And out of this silence comes realization. During this time of silence, the small thinking mind may bring up an idea, and it may even think that, you may think that's the answer. Oh, I've gotten the answer. Oh, that was very insightful. I need to write that down. Resist the urge and just stay in the silence. What is true, you will not forget. It is there, and it will come forth in that perfect moment. And so we let go. We loose it. And we breathe. Realization. Realization is the internal knowing. It goes beyond intellectually thinking about whatever's going on to living the answer. Bringing the truth of what, why, and who we are into realization is when the truth becomes a natural part of our experience. Our knowing moves from what is possible, maybe in the future or out there, to knowing what is right now. And it is true right here, even if it has not come into manifestation. Realization is the shift in our energy that brings us into a new understanding or reinforces an understanding of truth that we are working with. Realization leads us directly into appreciation. I love what Linda Martella Whitsett says in her book, How to Pray Without Talking to God. She says appreciation is more than giving thanks. Appreciation is the act of giving positive attention to something, seeing it increase in value. When we express appreciation, we increase the value of what we have received. I am feeling deeply grateful for divine life flowing through me with restored balance, knowing that all my needs are met. I am grateful for open eyes and ears to see and hear the perfect ways to express the deep love within me. Appreciation often leads to action. It is the acknowledgement that our lives have been changed, and we share this with the world. There is another aspect of prayer, and that aspect of prayer is praying with others. And we may be called to pray with others from time to time. One thing we must always do before we pray with anyone else is align ourselves with the indwelling presence. Sometimes when someone requests prayer, we may want to know the story. This is strictly an ego reaction. We don't need to know anything about the circumstance because we are not telling God what we want him to do to fix our broken friend. Praying with someone else is about seeing them as the divine life, love, and wisdom that they are. Joel Goldsmith puts it this way: when you are praying or meditating for someone else, do not try to transfer thoughts to him. Do not try to know what is right for him or best for him, but sit in a state of complete receptivity, and then let the Father function as your consciousness. You may not receive any message for your patient or student, but you do not need any. He will receive it. And he will receive it not from you, but from the source of you. Your consciousness acts only as the instrument of contact, and you yourself may never know what the message is, or even whether any message has been received. You might be thinking, but what about when someone asks me to pray for a particular outcome? A healing, a bill being paid, a relationship being mended. Our human self wants to help. And we have thought that help means having the answers or providing assistance when asked. Help in the context of prayer is trusting that God is the I am, the divine life, love, and wisdom in whomever we are praying with, and speaking to their heart in a language that they can understand. Affirmative prayer is the master key, no matter what the circumstance or who the individual is. God knows no partiality and meets us all at the level of consciousness that we are in any given moment. There's an important distinction in praying with others that I want to address. We pray with another, not for another. This means that when someone asks for support, they do not relinquish their responsibility to hold the truth for themselves. They are engaged in the process along with us. No one has a more direct access to God than you. It does not matter how spiritual they are. No one has more access to God than each and every one of us. Whether we are engaging in daily prayer practice or praying with another, we recognize that prayer is the master key that opens the doors to a happy, prosperous, and fulfilling life. We are the divine life, love, and wisdom in expression here and now. And so I want to take a moment and I want to invite us to take a time in meditation. To just take a moment and breathe into this sacred space that we have created together. A sacred space where we have created an energy of connection, an energy of oneness. You may want to affirm, God is, I am. God is, I am. God is, I am. relaxing our muscles. And breathing. Knowing that with each breath we breathe the life, the love, the intelligence that is spirit. That we are one in this life, in this love, in this intelligence. I hold this sacred space. I am divine life. I am divine love. I am divine intelligence. All that I need is right here. And I am open and receptive, gratefully receiving. Divine peace and strength flow through my body. Through my mind. I am grateful for the ways that I express divine life, love, and wisdom in my life. For the many ways that I express the presence of God in this world. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you.